How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be bringing you a jungle Shen guide. So first things that I want to talk about with Shen, obviously we've got his abilities. I'm going to turn this down so it's not so loud. So Shen is a tank jungler if you're here and curious about wanting to play him and why he's such a good champion. And right now, this is the champ that I got to Platinum with the very first time, and still a champ that I love seasons later from playing that. And so Shen is tank. He's got a Q, which is just an auto buff. We'll go into more detail in game. His W, which is an area-based attack block. And the thing that makes Shen so much Shen is his dash taunt. This obviously taunts the enemies coming to you, but it is the huge game changer in fights. And his ult, which after a short cooldown time, he teleports to the champ of your choice with a big giant shield. So that is Shen in a nutshell. And so the things we are going to look at here are going to be his ruins. Shen's ruins are maybe you can play with them a bit, but the thing with Shen that I found from playing currently, especially and before, is Shen does well at being mostly a tank. So this guide is for Shen to be played the way he wants to. It's not one-trick pony Shen. So I prefer Grasp of the Undying, honestly, or just the Resolve trait, not for Grasp of the Undying necessarily. It's okay. But just the overall stats, and Shield Bash is huge. This ends up converting to so much damage. And then in combo with Revitalize, you're just getting tons of shields all day long, and they're giving you a bonus. Bone Plating, just building up that tank, and I find this one to give me a good amount of damage at the end of the game in the the graphs. And then here, you could open it up. You could take Precision here. I honestly really like Axiom Arcanist because it sort of synergizes with your Revitalize. You get a 12% stronger shield here and another 5 to 10% here on low HP targets, and then another 7% cooldown. And that's sort of Shen's thing. You're going to be getting a lot of assists. You'll get some kills, but it's very likely that like mid-game, you're going to be using your ult to go into a big team fight and taunt as many people as you can. So that could be boom 35% reduction on your ult the second you use it. To me, it's pretty huge. And then I take Transcendence because the ability haste, having your taunt ready, is simply just a game changer. So getting that as often as possible is huge. And then I'll take the 20% cooldown on my abilities when I take someone down. Because that's essentially ult in, taunt, almost get all your moves back if it's successful, or you start to kill people out there. And then here I took ability haste, just stacking as much haste as I can, since energy is really the only caveat to like how much I can use my moves. And then health and health, you could take move speed if they've got a really fast team here. I would be against that. And if they've got a really CC heavy team, the tenacity and the slow resist can be good because it's just so much easier to get health on an item than it is tenacity and slow. Very few items have this. Many items have health. That's my reasoning with that. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the game where I'm going to show you the technique, I guess, to Shen, what to look for, and what you really want to be doing with him. So here we go. Before we jump into the game, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to this. It is something that I've done in the past, and I had a lot of fun with it and just really enjoyed it. So now I'm going to be doing it as much as I can in the future. So this is the replay that we're going with. Sorry if I just whacked the camera. I'm a little new. So, but please stay for the content, stay for the jokes, and just the overall commentary. So here we go, jumping into the game. I'm going to try to do this where, I might not necessarily make you watch every part of the game with me, but some of it is, obviously going to be important because every game, champs are just stats on paper. It really is the game and the opportunities you take. So jumping in, so we are starting red side here. And these are just quick matches that I'm doing, guys. I just am kind of trying to show off a build, and I don't want to sit there and get all tilted just trying to get through a couple ranked games that I can actually, show what my team's doing, and my bottom lane doesn't just feed 9 kills. So as I jump into this current season and go to rank up, that's a lot of what I'm experiencing because everything is faster now. You got the spawns coming in quicker. And so just noting here, so the main thing that you want to do, guys, if this is a Shen guide, it's also going to be a jungle guide. Because assuming you're here, you probably also have some problems with your play. So that's why I am starting Shen. Doesn't need blue buff, but I always want, if you are below diamond, you should always be starting your rotation in any game mode. This doesn't matter that it's Swift, so that you are approaching towards bot. Bot is just the more valuable lane. There's more stuff going on. There's a double kill to pick up versus a single kill in any other lane. So I encourage you to get good at this pathing to top lane, and boom. So that's where you take your level 2. You're going to start with Q, going to get your dash next, and one of the big things in this season too is just kiting your camps. Like, that's why I did that. Moving these grubs over here so I can just dash them and then come on down here. Because that was a big... I mean, we kind of did it back in the day, but I started in Season 2. We didn't have this, like, if you're not leashing now, you are losing seconds. And I remember getting back to the game, and I was just like, man, how are some of these junglers just like, their camps are cleared, they're on the map, what's going on? And it really is a much speedier game. So if you're coming back to League, it's very much the same game, but it's a lot faster, and I find the aggression to be a lot more intense. Like, that's why, I almost can't talk to keep up, but they got a kill top. They ran down here, but Graves, we're in quick match, so he peeled out to go get that kill. As soon as I saw him up there, boom, I'm on his side, clearing his camps. I make the mistake. I should have taken the red and run, but I got a little greedy, and then this happens. So he's going to jump through the wall. I get pretty much nothing, and I just get boned here. And so that would be a thing too, and why'd that happen? We had no priority bot. They couldn't really do anything, and this was just bad play on my part. I got a little too greedy, got maybe a little too cocky, thinking I could defend that, and then the Draven flashes into the kill and gets me. So that sucks, but that is just why every game is different, and while you can play better, don't kill yourself about a bad game, I play with tons of players right now. There's really not a massive difference, and maybe this is me talking as someone who's been platinum before, between silver and platinum players, other than like platinum players just don't die as much. So here I come, I teleported in, because I like teleport. I'm a big fan. We go in, we get the Draven, and I think we kind of get boned here, and then Graves comes back in. And so I don't have any buffs. I've just got a slow, but I am trying to do this as much as I can to make sure you get those sword pulls, guys. You want to get those through the enemy, because had I got him, the jump in health damage, we'll go through his abilities here, just jumps up so much. Like, it's essentially double if you get your sword to go through them, and you get 50% attack speed. So that's why we get the Q, and it's why Q can be so strong. And there's a little bit of a trick with that as you're going from camp to camp, and I'll see if I can kind of catch it, which I think if I back it up just right here, I'll try, sorry. So if I go right here and I got the camera on myself, then when I down this camp, and this can be something that you can use in ganks, this is probably like one of the best things you can do as Shen. Your Q activates the second you cast it. And so I screwed it up, I think, there. But you can get this so that you can use your Q before you're arriving, and then you show up with a Q that's loaded with 3 attacks, and then by the time you get those 3, whoops, I hit the mic again. By the time you get those 3 attacks out, your Q is already ready. So you actually are getting 6 consecutive attacks of your Q. That is probably one of the hugest Shen kind of pro tips that I can get you. This works on camps as well. So just kind of watch for that, and you'll start to notice like, oh, okay, cool. There's a 6 Q chain, which ends up being massive damage. Obviously, the first bit can't get through them because you're going to be away from them. But if you get that third one through them, you're talking, you're talking like 50% of their health. And that's on health damage targets. So like if you're going against a tank, that's a huge amount. And then on a squishy, I guess that's going to where I'm going to lead into items. Because at this point, I'm building up my items. And I've already got it. So I've got Heartsteel. And I really love this item so much as probably like a key ganking tool on Shen. You could probably argue it, but it's just that colossal consumption. That burst being there so early is just really strong. I know in lane, because of the clear, you go for Titanic Hydra, and that is my second item. And that's been like a key item on Shen for a long time. So I go for that either after Heartsteel and before I finish boots, or if I finish boots, it just kind of depends on the team comp. If I need to get around the map more, then I might grab boots. If I want like an upgrade and I'm kind of poor, I might go for boots. If I'm really rich and luck out on kills and assists, then I might just rush that Hydra second before I even upgrade my boots. And the reason why I like that is because I feel like the Heartsteel is just such a strong pick, because you're going to be stacking health and people just don't expect it. So you come out with your Q and you dash them, you hit them, and then 1 or 2 hits in, they're just taking a massive hit. And I find this is usually enough early on to get people to back up. You also get an absolute ton of health, and you just want to start building up that extra health from the attacks as fast as you can. So that's why I go Heartsteel. You could argue for Titanic, but I would say get one then the other, regardless. And so pushing through here, I'm level 8, just getting my Q up. You're going to go QEW is your skill rotation that you're going to be getting. And because you get most from your Q, your E is just reduction. And that's why we are stacking as much haste as we can, because your W and your E both have really long cooldowns. And you want to be getting your Q out almost as just your basic attack all the time. So you want to be trying to do that. So then if we go on here to sort of an action point in the game, see if there's anything happening. Because we get towers here. And so we'll just go into here looking at this gank. I think we've got, I'm surprised honestly that spoiler, we go through to win this, because we were just getting some really bad spots. I was getting counter jungled a lot. But then we just kept on getting more and more picks here on this bot lane. So that's another thing too, when you're going and looking at your jungle item. I went and got green smite. Between green or blue, it's up to you. Blue was another thing that if you aren't using blue smite right now, I would highly encourage it. It was something that I came back to League, 4 or 5 weeks ago, and it was just that speed thing. There was just so much of feeling behind, and that's probably another reason why I like Shen, is because you've got that you can basically, I mean, not entirely, but like your ability to just sit and farm is why he's good top. You can just kind of chill and farm your face off and try to counter jungle, and then when a fight breaks out or you need to ult, you can. So you're just getting a lot of saved time, honestly, and just being there obviously when it matters. But it's why I like teleport. Just getting around the map faster, and then you make an amazing play out of it on top of it, is just game changing how you can get that. And so really lucky, got that smite off to get that drag. And then I believe this was kind of the beginning of the turnaround. Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'm blue side. No, we were really behind and losing quite bad. And then I think this Graves maybe kind of started to get a little tilted because he just started playing really risky, but it's that. And that's why I love Heartsteel and just building tanky on Shen. Don't try to go for some Blade of the Rune King, Kraken Shen. I've done it. It just does not work out as well unless your game's like a bit of a wash anyways. But in any game, a ranked game, you know, if you're trying to get up, people are counting on you to be the tank. And if you get yourself to the spot where you basically blow up upon ulting in and dashing, you might as well not exist. And that difference can be 500 HP. So that's why I'm kind of big on this stack up right here. And then from there, you'd build defense of whatever you want. I was a little dumb here. I think just the CC, there was so much CC between these three that I opted for building a Wits End. But the Draven was also equally big enough that I could have opted for Dead Man's Plate because that's more speed. And your speed is just that thing that's going to have you in place while you are trying to get those taunts off. If you're not in the right position, it's the difference between taunting one people and getting like a 3-person taunt, which is just game changing because you were just able to get the right angle. And so that is kind of your mid-game stance on Shen. You're going to get boots, you're going to get Heartsteel, you're going to get Titanic Hydra. Then from there, you are looking at... Can I open the shop? No, that just pauses. The items that I'd be looking at would be Spirit Visage. You're going to get bigger shields. Obviously, that's huge. Dead Man's Plate is armor and resists. And the Wits End, those would be like pretty much your 3 other standardized pieces. You're going to get armor. You're going to get magic resists and a buff to your shield. That'd be pretty much your 6-item build. Deviating on that if you want more magic resist, if you wanted more magic resist, or if you wanted more armor. Like I said, I really just don't go for more damage, although one item I really do like, and I think I got it in this game, maybe it was the next game, is Hullbreaker. Hullbreaker is an item that does synergize well, and I wouldn't pick it up before Titanic Hydra at all, but I could debate it as a 3rd item, potentially over Dead Man's Plate in the event that you need to push a lot. Like if it was set up like this, I could have gotten Hull and just worked down this bot lane and then using my ults to show up for my team. And so, and I think we've got a big team fight coming, so I'm just going to go in on myself. And I think right now I've got a lot of money and I'm just preparing to kind of back. So when I click onto myself here, go into back, get that 3rd item. I want that Wits End because that gives you 50 attack speed, the magic resist, and the tenacity. So that's where like Merc Treads plus that tenacity ruin plus a Wits End, you can get a lot of anti-CC in that process. And so they started this dragon here, and this is where it kind of starts to go down yet again. Not in their favor, but it's why I wanted to show you this game, because it's the thing I love about Shen is he is so good at just turning it around. And that's really what you need at low elo. I was playing Warwick a lot, and I really liked him, and I'll do a jungle guide on that. But as a jungler, you need to kind of be competent to like handle top lane, mid lane, the jungler, objectives, getting around the map, and bot lane, and what any one of those champs could kind of do. So we easily just zone them off that. And And so that's why I like Shen, because he's just very versatile and he's more about stabilizing a win condition and helping your team. And as much as that's like your team, your your team, you need to get your team ahead, and just deaths. Like if you can save a death, that's just so huge, and that's what I find keeps people in that sub platinum. If you're stuck in silver especially, you can be an all right player in silver, but you're just trading too much. You're getting kills, but if you're going 7-7 and then while you're trading you're losing out on drags and all that kind of stuff, it's just screwing you. And if you're the jungler trading, you kill the ADC and that's awesome, but now their jungler's up and you're dead, and that's a free dragon, that's a free Baron. So that's where right now Shen is probably one of my happiest picks, because he can kill, he can show up, he's not super fast, but with your ult and a teleport you can really get around the map quite a lot. And my team's just dumb here, and this is what you're playing against, right? Like we've got Baron, we just got Dragon, they're fighting a needless team fight here, or a lack of team, I guess. And that's why I like Shen. He just got so much comeback potential. It honestly takes one good team fight, and one good team fight can literally just come down to a taunt. You just taunt them, and then they're toast. But the thing that I like is when you have your taunt, and I think I am building it up here, you've got your taunt, you've got your Colossal, you've got your Qs and your Titanic Hydra. Your initial burst is pretty huge for someone that can like face tank a good chunk of the team and then dash away. And that's kind of why I like to get Hullbreaker. Oh, going in for an ult. Where did I don't know what happened there. I'm pretty sure I just whipped that. And that is a crappy part. Tell people when you are playing Shen, hey, if I ult you, run towards your target. Because if they don't, you're probably screwed. Oh, or maybe we did just get a kill. I think I did. Yeah, I helped that Lucian secure that kill on Draven. And so it's just little simple stuff like that. But that got me 7% back on my ult for doing that. Because when you just assist, that's the funny thing. When you ult somebody, you get a ton of assists through almost like the person in the team fight. You don't even have to hit the champ to get an assist on that, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if that's like one of the few abilities that's like that, because I don't know how many positive abilities I have. But all that to say, that's why I like Axiom Arcanist, because if you ult and then go into a team fight and taunt, whoever you ulted and any kills they got, you get assists on that, and then anybody you taunted, you're getting points on that. So it just really ends up getting huge fast. And I kind of knew this one was loaded because we have Singed, who's quite annoying late game, and a Kayle. So I kind of knew, all right, if I just stick to this here and I do my thing and get this Kayle huge, she's going to do that Kayle thing that happens where everyone just dies and you can't stop her. And then I can ult her on top of it. So here I am just doing exactly what I said, pushing this bot lane, trying to, I think, save up money to get that Hullbreaker. And you know, they're sad at this point. It's 20 minutes in. We've basically ruined their confidence because they had a massive lead, and now they are behind. And so you see that Dead Man's Plate working, and this is just really good, again, for getting in position, and just all that bonus on hit damage. That's really what makes it so that, like, you get 3 autos on somebody, and they're going to be scared. You're not an 80 carry. You can't, you know, like, I probably could have got that kill if I wanted, but I think we're just pushing. And so, yeah, you just get such an on-hit burst. It's just kind of huge. And then I go, boom, ult her, make sure she stays alive. And then, like, I got an assist for that. So my ultimate is automatically, like, I just used my ult, and it's almost a quarter of the way reset. And That's why I love Axiom Arcanist. It's just kind of like super crazy. You just get your ult back so fast that in the run of a fully ranked game, where you were present and got a good amount of assists, you're probably talking one totally free ultimate, which is pretty huge when you consider an ult is game changer. So, oh, do I? No, I didn't get it. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much it. Because I mean, after this, I think, what do? We're here, show up, just absolutely smash this. We've got it worked into like their entire base. So, and then there we go. So that's the last item, Hull Breaker. But like that's huge, my guy. When you look at the 413 bonus damage every 5th hit, my Colossal is hitting for 400 damage. And then this is giving you 3 hits at 220 on them. And then your Wits End. So you're just talking, like, in 3 hits, you're talking a massive slab of damage to a champion, while also having in the range of 5,500 health. So, and that's like decent stats. I have 159 armor and 111 magic resist. That's a significant amount of reduction. And, at this point, just kind of griefing and continuing to take camps. Because that is the aim of the game. And if I can give you that one thing, where I'm recently back, counter jungling used to be like sort of a thing in the game. And now it's just not really. It's almost a non-negotiable. When the jungler is doing something smart or otherwise, if you're not there to directly counter it, you need to be in their jungle, taking their buffs, clearing their vision, and those are all things that are going to help you get your rank up. Is just stop dying, and that's why you play Shen, because he can be very good at not dying. Yeah, don't die. Try to get ganks, and just being able to come online early. Like Shen is online at level 2 or level 3 in the jungle. You're not really even ganking that early, but he's just a great champion. He was, like I said, the first champ that I got to platinum with. So hopefully this was helpful. I hope that some of those tricks, the loaded Qs, and just trying to get those dashes right along with the build was helpful. I really like these ruins, masteries, and overall setup. And I think that Shen is a jungler that you can certainly try to get yourself out of that elo hell with, because he packs a bursty punch. He's not sustained damage, but he's got a bursty punch. He can kill a carry, and he can stand toe-to-toe with pretty much anybody in the game when it comes to not getting murdered. Not to mention that, but his W is also very strong, because so many champions right now are auto-attack based, and that is an aura. That's not just for you, that's your team as well. So you have a lot of smart positioning stuff as well. You can really milk more out of Shen. Like, you start getting really good at pulling your sword through people, and you're just gonna like annihilate. Like, if you can start pulling your sword through a 6Q setup, you will be shocked at how much damage you are doing. So there you go, guys. Like I said, I am kind of just coming back into this again. I love jungling. I have been a jungler ever since I started playing League in Season 2, and playing the game on and off. And I thought, I really want to get back to doing this. I'm a coach in my real life, and I always loved coaching people on video games and just helping people get better. So if you are a jungler or you want to become a better jungler, then follow along. My videos are going to get better as I put them together, but I just wanted to get started because that is the most important part of getting good at anything, is just getting practice. So go get some practice in the jungle, play Shen, have a blast, and feel the joy of catching 3 people with a taunt. It's awesome. You just blow their heads clean off. It's so fun. All right. See you guys. Thanks.